What is going on, everybody? Chrissy the Slash Dude back with another video. Happy first episode of Mario Bava Mondays. Happy Mario Bava Mondays, everybody. Hoping everyone's having a great Monday. Hoping everyone had a great weekend. If you could, sleeping bag the subscribe / the like. I am here on YouTube. I am on Letterboxd. I am on Instagram. I am on Twitter. Follow me all there if you want for the content that I do. I do horror, giallo, anime, something geeky, everything. And today's first episode of Mario Bava's Monday, I'm going to be talking about Planet of the Vampires, which isn't really a vamp film to me, but it's still very cool. 1965, ahead of its time, directed by the late, great Mario Bava, who could be possibly the greatest Italian director to ever live. I'm going to get to that in a quick second. So, before I get into that, let's get into the little bit filmography of Mario Bava. Of course, Mario Bava directed one of the greatest giallos of all time, in my opinion. That is Blood and Black Lace. Of course, his son, Umberto Bava, is also a director. Worked with him in most of all of his films when he was younger, basically succeeded him. So Mario Bava, born July 31st, 1914, passed away in 1980, April 25th, of a heart attack. Shock was his last film. For what I understand, it plays more like a TV film and stuff like that too. His son, Umberto, brought him back close to like 1975. He asked him to come back because he kind of retired there. I'm thinking he was just getting maybe tired, of just the whole scene in general. It happens, with his filmography. My goodness, great stuff. Of course, his father was a cinematographer, and he followed in his father's footsteps for a little bit. He worked with the great Ricardo Freda and stuff like that too. And one film that he did was a film Ricardo Freda was part of, initially directed, called Lust of the Vampire. It's called something else. And he took over for that film because Ricardo Freda had other ventures and stuff that he was doing. And the rest is really history. Watching the streams Dirk and Darren have done about Ricardo Freda and stuff like that. So I can't wait to really go into his filmography of his films. A great director. Just a great films that he was a part of and stuff like that. He was asked to do the practical effects in the 70s King Kong film with Jeff Bridges. That was very interesting. He turned it off to somebody else. I'm sorry, I forget the name off the top of my head. Really great filmography, great story on the great Mario Bava. Today, first film I'm going to be talking about in this series on Mario Bava is Planet of the Vampires. Planet of the Vampires in 1965. Original title, let's see if I can correctly say this in my bad bastardized Italian here. Terrore nello spazio. And it's really, it's a cool film. I like it a lot. It's not a vampire film. It's more like an undead sci-fi film. Basically, this crew is going to this planet, it seems. Their sister ship crashes on this planet, so they go to this planet to find them, and the gravity gets real bad, and they try to stabilize that when they land. Then all of a sudden, the crew starts turning on each other, and it's quite interesting. And then they get to and stuff like that, but a lot of like turning on one another is going on. And then the crews start dying off one by one. The practical effects are really good in here. Mario Bava used it because of costs, and I get this. It's like a mirror function a bit, because this is a good transfer on this film. Kino Lorber does a great job with their transfers for the most part in Blu-ray, and you can see some parts are a little blurred out because it's like a miniature set, right, of the planet. But it's done really well. It looks great in color. You have dead people basically with their eyes open. Bava was ahead of his time. Really great. It's really great. I give it a solid 6 out of 10. It may get higher off of a second watch. I gave it 2 out of 5 on Letterboxd and a heart. like I said, I've seen, this is only my second film that I've watched of Mario Bava. Of course, my original OG, my first Mario Bava film was, of course, Blood and Black Lace, but it's great with the stuff that I own, getting into his filmography. Of course, directed by Mario Bava. Writers, I'm going to say if I can correctly say these names right. Renato Pestrinero. Um, I think it's just initials IB Meltore. Alberto Bivlacqua. Sorry, I kind of butchered those names for the writers. It stars Barry Sullivan, Normal Bengel, Angela Oranda, and Ivan Rasimov. Now, I recognized Ivan Rasimov, and then I looked into his films that he was in. He was in Bava's last film we used credited in, which was Shock, of course. Was also, I recognized him because he was also in The Witch, and was also had a cameo as like a sub-sheriff in Body Count. So that's really cool. So he was in a lot of films because I recognized him in The Witch. Awesome film. Check that out, everybody. If you haven't seen it yet, that's part of that Italian Gothico set that Arrow released. That was up there for my box set of the year. It's like I say, really cool film. Also part of Bava's filmography, like I said, he co-directed a film with Freda called Lust of the Vampire. It's called something else. I have to check that film out to see, trying to get into the vampire films that I have and stuff like that, the older ones. So that would be one worth checking out. It looks very interesting. But I highly recommend, I highly recommend anything from this awesome late great director. Of course, his son is a great director too. So yeah, that's Planet of the Vampires. AKA basically I can say Planet of the Undead. Very cool. Quick notes on this film as well. Kind of cool scenes. They bury them and stuff like that, and they kind of rise from these like metal coffins. The way they kind of do it, I kind of like that. It's really cool. I wonder if Toby Hooper saw this and did a Life Force. I'm sure he did. Some aspects maybe he took from that. It looks very interesting, but I recommend it. It's kind of not what you think when you see what it is, Planet of the Vampires. It's kind of a little bit different than that. So yeah, that's Planet of the Vampires, 1965, from the very late great Mario Bava. Anyway, I'm Chris C, the Slasher Dude. If you could, sleeping bag the subscribe, slash the like. I will see you all next time. You have a great day.